Donald Trump has repeatedly called for the purchase of Greenland. During his first term, he floated this idea to his senior advisors as early as 2009, but never took any concrete steps to pursue it before leaving office. Now, as he prepares to return to office, he still wants to buy Greenland. If the US wants to buy Greenland, the other party in the transaction would be the Kingdom of Denmark. Since Greenland is an autonomous territory of Denmark rather than a completely independent region. Despite its autonomy, Greenland's national defense and foreign policy remain under Denmark's control. Therefore, any US actions concerning Greenland, including a purchase, would require Denmark's approval. Denmark has always considered Greenland an inseparable part of its kingdom because of its strategic significance within NATO. Although Greenland has a small population, Denmark's influence in the Arctic is significantly boosted by its possession of the island. Why does the US want to buy Greenland? How much would it cost? And would Denmark even consider selling it? Greenland is currently the world's largest island, covering a massive area of over 2.1 million square kilometers, more than 6 times the size of Vietnam. The island is located in the North Atlantic between North America and Europe and appears enormous on a map. Although Greenland belongs to Denmark, it has had self-rule with its own government since 1979. Geographically, Greenland is considered part of North America due to its proximity to Canada, which the US has also eyed as a potential addition to its territories. However, politically and culturally, Greenland is closely tied to Europe because of its status as an autonomous region of Denmark. Despite its vast size, over 2.1 million square kilometers, more than 80% of Greenland is covered in ice and snow, forming one of the largest ice sheets on the planet. In fact, it is second only to Antarctica in terms of ice coverage. The ice sheet in Greenland has an average thickness of about 2 kilometers, reaching up to 3 kilometers in some areas. However, it is shrinking due to climate change and holds around 8% of the world's freshwater reserves. Naturally, people cannot live on an entirely frozen landmass. The remaining livable areas are mainly along the coasts, where the climate is warmer and small settlements are concentrated. Greenland's terrain features deep fjords, rugged mountains, and massive icebergs, breathtaking yet incredibly harsh. Some ice-free areas contain patches of grassland and sparse forests. But these forests are more like shrublands rather than the lush green landscapes we typically imagine. The rest of the terrain consists of bare rock. Greenland is not an ideal place for human habitation due to its extreme climate. Winters are long and bitterly cold, while summers are extremely short. In the inland regions, winter temperatures can plummet to -30 degrees Celsius, whereas coastal areas where most people live experience summer temperatures of around 10 degrees Celsius. However, due to climate change, Greenland's average temperature has risen significantly in recent years, leading to accelerated ice melt. While this is an environmental disaster, it also presents opportunities for resource extraction, something humanity has always pursued. Greenland has a population of about 56,000 people, a number so small that it could fit into a large European stadium. In fact, Greenland's entire population is roughly equivalent to a single urban district in Vietnam, despite being 6 times larger than the entire country. With a population density of just 0.03 people per square kilometer, it is one of the least densely populated places on Earth. Unsurprisingly, the population is concentrated in the warmer coastal areas. The capital of Greenland, Nuuk, is a small city with around 19,000 residents. Located on the island's southwestern coast, it serves as Greenland's administrative, economic, and cultural center. One of the main reasons the US is interested in Greenland is its vast natural resources, contrary to what some might think. Greenland is not just a land of ice and snow, it is also one of the most resource-rich islands in the world, beneath its thick ice sheet and in the surrounding waters. Greenland holds vast reserves of valuable resources, from minerals and oil to abundant fisheries. Greenland is home to some of the world's largest estimated rare earth deposits. Rare earth elements are crucial for producing high-tech devices, including smartphones, electric vehicle batteries, wind turbines, and military equipment. Essentially, anything cutting-edge and important today relies on rare earth materials. Mining these elements in Greenland could reduce global dependence on China, something the US would certainly welcome. Secondly, Greenland possesses black gold, vast reserves of oil and natural gas, particularly in its offshore areas. As climate change accelerates ice melt, these resources become more accessible. While some see this as a catastrophe, others view it as an opportunity. U.S. Geological Survey estimates suggest that the Arctic region, including Greenland, contains 13% of the world's undiscovered oil and 30% of its undiscovered natural gas. If combined with Canadian resources, the U.S. would have an enormous advantage in energy production. Additionally, Greenland contains a wealth of other valuable minerals, including gold, diamonds, iron, copper, and zinc, all of which have significant economic potential. However, extracting these resources in Greenland's harsh conditions poses major challenges. If mining is not feasible now, it may be in the future. Greenland's surrounding waters also contain some of the most resource-rich fisheries on the planet. The fishing industry is the backbone of Greenland's economy, contributing the majority of its GDP. Cod, Arctic shrimp, and king crab are among its most valuable seafood exports, with Greenlandic shrimp being particularly renowned in European and North American markets. Even if Greenland were not a resource gold mine, the U.S. would still want to buy it for its geopolitical significance. With a strategic position in the Arctic, Greenland is of immense importance to any global power. Especially the U.S. control of Greenland influences military operations, economic routes, and Arctic governance. The island has become a geopolitical hotspot due to climate change. As melting ice opens up new shipping lanes and exposes previously inaccessible territories. The U.S. military presence in Greenland further underscores its strategic importance. The Thule Air Base, located in northwestern Greenland, is the northernmost U.S. military base. Built during the Cold War, it remains operational today and plays a crucial role in missile defense, early warning radar systems, and strategic surveillance. It helps the U.S. detect intercontinental ballistic missile launches from Russia, allowing for rapid response capabilities. Clearly, the U.S. has numerous reasons to want Greenland: political, military, and environmental. However, the biggest question remains: how much would Greenland cost? To estimate this, some have compared it to past U.S. territorial purchases. In 1867, the U.S. bought Alaska from Russia for just $7.2 million. Deal that was mocked at the time, but is now seen as an incredible bargain. Greenland is 2.16 million square kilometers, about 1.5 times the size of Alaska. If we adjust the Alaska purchase price accordingly, Greenland would cost approximately $23.25 million, absurdly low figure today. In reality, Greenland's modern economic value far surpasses these historical estimates. In 1946, the U.S. actually attempted to buy Greenland, offering Denmark $100 million in gold, which would be roughly $1.6 billion today. However, even that figure is lower than Greenland's current GDP of over $3 billion. More importantly, would Denmark even consider selling Greenland? Selling Greenland would not just mean losing land, it would be a blow to Denmark's national pride. Greenland is a symbol of Denmark's power and influence. If Denmark were to sell it, the country would be perceived as weak and willing to trade sovereignty for money, an idea that would deeply wound Danish national identity.